That time I got reincarnated as a true dragon by NautyManu. Chapter 33 A Friend. And with that sorted. How did your love with Arnos-chan begin, Misha-chan? Isabella asked with stars shining in her eyes. The beginning of our love, Misha asked puzzled. How did you meet? Who called out to who? Who made the first contact? Isabella asked with much enthusiasm that Rimuru thought that she was the kid instead of Anos. Or is it that she likes to gossip about love, she thought internally while expression didn't change from the sweet smile she is giving Anos. I was spoken to by Arnos, Misha said after remembering their meeting in the morning. Arnos-chan calling out to girls. That womanizer, Isabella said excitedly while whistling *hyuu** now. Which somehow brought Anos back to earth from his mushroom's groton trance. After looking around and remembering his situation he mumbled, good grief. In a low voice. Well, everyone was engrossed in the love story to care for him anyway. And what did Arnos-chan say next? Misha looks down and starts thinking and said. We're both troubled it seems. Kya, very good, Arnos-chan, if girls are told such a thing they will fall in one shot. Isabella exclaimed while her husband nodded his head like a father who is proud of his son's achievements. Oh right, he is like that. How is that cool? Trying to talk to my mother at the moment seems pointless. Let's look for another opening. Besides, there's still some gratin left. I have to eat it while it's still hot. Arg this hard, I have choose between my delicious dinner or my dignity. Anos thought while his head is deciding on what to do. As for Rimuru, whose smile is beginning to grow wider, is thinking, well damn, this is the best vacation ever. And, what was your answer, Misha-chan? NN. Misha just said her usual answer, but Isabella seems to hear differently. Moo. Telepathy. Perfect affinity right from the beginning. Oh, is this what people call fated love? As Isabella began to ramble about more bullshit about love, Anos finally fished his meal. He was about to talk some sense into his mother when he heard the most ridiculous thing in his entire existence. Hey Misha-chan, did you two kiss yet? Come on, tell me, I won't tell anyone, said Isabella as she came near Misha, who was in front of her. No, an immediate came response from Misha, who was either disturbed due to Isabella invading her personal space, or is it something else? I see, you would only do that when you two marry. Oh, how romantic. Oh, in the name of the founding ancestor, I truly wish this couple would have your blessing. There was a silence after her words until Asum decided to break it by a full-blown laughter. Anos, who was motionless, thought, Mother, why is your brain not working today? If Misha said that we didn't kiss in such a hurry, isn't that too suspicious for a couple? And why the hell are you using my name for such nonsense here? After a nice meal, here I have some extra for you to eat at home, Misha. Isabella said as she hands over a basket to Misha, who was leaving. Thank you, Misha said softly as she bowed to Anos's mother. Oh come on, don't be like that, just remember to visit us more often, I still have so much more to talk to you about, and if we are lucky I might even be able to show you the picture book of Anos's childhood. While Misha just nodded to Isabella's comments, another interesting conversation was going on with Anos and his father. Son, I know you must be very excited to have some time with your girlfriend, but for today don't go anywhere. It is already too late and these kinds of arrangements must be done without any rush. So no going any detours so you can spend more time together. While Gusta was giving his fatherly advice under Anos's deadpan gaze. Father, how many times do I have to tell you that I will not go any detours or any other places? Hell, I even won't be gone for a long time, so please don't add unnecessary misunderstanding. What mother caused is already enough. I know, Anos, since you are a grown man now, so me and your mother won't butt in your affairs, but remember everything is tricky in a relationship. Gusta said, totally misunderstanding Anos's reasoning. Anos just sighed while rubbing his forehead, suppressing the headache he has. After a while both parents finally let the dough leave. Rimuru looked at their departing figures and mumbled. Since they are going in the same direction, he should be able to handle those guys. Sigh, I really forgot how troublesome nobles would be. Saying so she went inside the house to wash the remaining dishes. With Anos and Misha, as soon as they started their journey both were quite. It was pretty awkward for both since they pretty much met each other today. Sighing, Anos broke the awkward atmosphere by speaking first. Well Misha, I'm sorry about my parents' misunderstanding. I hope you don't take their antics to heart. Misha shook her pretty head and saying, No, don't worry about it, I had fun too. While having a small smile on her face. Seeing her smile sincerely, Anos scratched his face while saying, well, when I go back I will tell my parents that you are my comrade. Comrade? Misha asks curiously. Anos nodded while continuing. Yeah, I believe in this era they refer to as a friend. Yes, friend. A friend? Misha smiled more while bringing her hands towards her chest, which at some point began to beat a little faster. Seeing Misha this for considering her a friend, Anos smiled to himself and closed his eyes to enjoy this little peaceful atmosphere they created. Iris, but that was broken by the sound of walls that magically began to build itself completely surrounding them. The walls began to shape into an arena with 4 entrances which were blocked. While Anos looked at this with eyebrow raised, he heard a sound of footsteps. Then from one of entrances came a familiar person with his usual cocky attitude. Hey, what do we have here? A mere half-breed that doesn't know the true meaning of defying a royalty. Chapter 34, The Demon King. Hey, what do we have here? A mere half-breed that doesn't know the true meaning of defying a royalty. From the dark corridor came Zeps with his haughty attitude. While Anos just raised an eyebrow in amusement, Misha started to analyze the newly built stadium for any exists. Finding none, she gave up. And it's not like she would be harmed since Anos is there with her. She instinctively knew that fact. Fancy meeting you here, Zeps. Did your wounds this quickly? If so, you must have a very good person who can heal very proficiently near your inner circle. Said Anos with his cocky attitude that will even make rocks spit blood. Shut up, you worthless half-breed. Zeps yelled. His family had to pay a high price to calm his mental state and heal the other internal injuries. He was so furious when he remembered how he was in front of the whole world. So like a sensible royal he decided to erase his shame from this world. And it seems the world seemed to agree with him, so when he was near that bastard's house that he found with his connections, the bastard itself was coming towards him. So this is the half-breed who decided to defy a royal. How unsightly, said another voice. Turning towards one direction, they all found a young man with long black hair, 3 earrings on his right ear, and 2 on his left. He walking from another dark corridor that magically appeared. He walked towards them and stood beside Zeps. This person is Leorg Indu, the head of the Indu family. He is also the older brother of Zeps. That's right, brother, he is the trash that doesn't know his place. Zeps shouted while pointing at Anos. His eyes glowed with glee as to finally have his revenge. But then all of a sudden Zeps were sent down, face planted into the floor. He angrily tried to stand up thinking Anos was doing something, but he couldn't since his older brother was stepping on his head keeping him from getting up. When he was trying to ask why, he heard something that left him speechless. Shut up, you disgrace. How much do you want to humiliate our noble family? Now that I know who the other commoner is, you have fulfilled your purpose, so now die. Saying so, Leorg casted a magic that burned Zeps. Zeps screamed in agony until his burned corpse was left. Surprised, Anos asked, why did you kill him? Didn't you all come to get revenge for him? Why should I help a disgrace who couldn't even win against a commoner? Enough of that. You who have done the great sin of defying a royal shall be punished by me. As he said, more people began to appear of all sides of the arena. Even though he was surrounded, Anos didn't panic for him. Unless someone like Rimuru appeared, he wouldn't even need to blink to defeat them. But he was really disappointed. So guys care about your image more than your own family. Is this how you so-called royals do things? Killing your own family because he was too weak? What a disappointment. Enough of your blabbering. We royals have the duty of maintaining our authority till our founder is born among us. You half-breeds have no right to disagree with our ways. You are only left to be the slaves you are to our founder and us royals, said Leorg. Did you know we pure bloods have a special authority over the government of this city? So no matter how much you scream, you will never have any help, ha, he continued while laughing maniacally. So you just eliminate any competition so you can just keep your royal pride? Are you sure you have the founder's blood? It is kinda suspicious if you are this low, said Anos while seriously thinking about it. Did you just criticize the founder? You mongrel, as a royal I shall force judgment on you, dog, for the sin of criticizing our founder's blood. An enraged Leorg said. How would I question my own blood a sin? Anos asked, genuinely curious. What kind of nonsense are you blabbering about? You really are late on the uptake, I mean to say is that I am the founder, so how would I ask my blood be a sin? Said Anos. Enough. I heard nonsense enough of you. You shall die a horrible death for your sins. Saying so, a dark magic circle began to appear in Leorg's hands. Soon the same magic circle appears on each of the other royals who are surrounding them. Let me show you the true horror of the magic we the royals, who has the blood of the founder, can do. Saying so, he laughed maniacally and launched the attack on Anos. Soon the others follow suit. Soon a huge explosion ensued and the smoke began to cover the whole arena. Leorg was satisfied at his work and was about to leave when he heard him. Barely plausible, but still too weak, furrowing his brows, he saw Anos still standing there without a scratch on his body while Misha was enveloped in a barrier. How impossible! You took the full brunt of magic and is still unharmed, said Leorg in disbelief. Well, it really isn't that powerful to begin with, and your spell had a major flaw, you know. What you used is origin magic. Just a magic that helps you borrow magic from a source that is more powerful than you. And you borrowed magic power from someone who in the mythical era reigned supreme in his own kind and slayed the gods due to his tyranny, in other words me, the demon king of tyranny. And origin magic cannot harm its origin, so it's pretty useless against me, said Anos, finishing his lecture. What, how did you know the forbidden magic that only we royals know? And enough of you nonsense, I refuse to believe our mighty founder would reincarnate as a half-breed. Saying so, he and the others created another magic circle to attack again. Sigh, this is getting bothersome, so let's end this. Saying so, Anos looked at the magic circles and his eyes glowed a little. Then all of a sudden all the magic circles began to react violently and was being unstable. What? My magic circle is malfunctioning, announced the others as they desperately tried to cancel their spells. What you do? Shouted Leorg as he also tried to cancel his own spell. Me nothing. I had threatened the magic in your hands, and yours is just trying to flee away. You should really use your demonic eyes to check. Encountering someone with more magic power density always does this. So if I were you, I would really get my control back on that spell, or you would die. Shit! Cursed Leorg as the magic circle in their hands detonated.